a particular topic. We'll be listening to a variety of topics which showcase what math education can and should be. The essential and foundational skills of mathematics are out of the box thinking, visualization, and the ability to think creatively and critically. This session will be focusing on these competencies which are generally not covered in the regular curriculum. I welcome our guest speaker for today who will be speaking about algorithmic thinking, problem solving, and an exploratory approach towards math education, which will help all students better contextualize their formal education. I have great pleasure in welcoming Professor Manish Jain, today's guest speaker. Professor Jain graduated from IIT Kanpur with a degree in electrical engineering. He has worked in the area of chip design for 19 years at Synopsys Bangalore. He has also served as a director of R&D and scientist, leading the low-power simulation efforts, where he had 5 US patents. He is currently an associate professor and the principal coordinator of Center for Creative Learning at IIT Gandhinagar. The Center of Creative Learning focuses on designing toys, hands-on activities in engineering, and activities in science and mathematics to make learning joyous. Professor Jain's research interests include 3D geometry, geodesics, and recreational maths. With great honor, I welcome the professor to speak on today's topic, Come Fall in Love with Maths. Before we begin, I request all participants to keep their mics muted during the talk. Please do type in your questions in the chat. After the talk, we'll field all the questions and ask sir. We'd love to hear from you, sir.
Sir, you are muted.
I said thank you so much. Sanchan has been calling me, and sometimes I am not able to receive your call. Thank you so much, Sanchan. I did not know you, but it was good to meet you, although online. So thank you so much for calling me here. I did not actually know ISI in Bangalore. I knew only ISI in Calcutta, and my classmate, interestingly, मैं उसका नाम कैसे भूल गया sorry, my classmate from IIT Kanpur, he is a professor at ISI Calcutta, and his brother, interestingly, is Mahan Mitra. Mahan Mitra is that guy who works at TI. A very interesting chap, by the way. For those who don't know, you should read about Mahan Mitra. He was, I think, 2-3 years our senior at IIT Kanpur, and then he was probably the only person who changed from electrical engineering to mathematics. Nobody does that because everybody wants to become an engineer. Very few people wanted to do pure sciences or maths. So he became famous that time, and his younger brother was my classmate, and I forget of course his last name is Mitra and first name I forget. He's a prof at IC Calcutta. So it is very interesting to get this email from ISI ISI Bangalore, asking me to come and speak here. So it's an honor and privilege, and I would really like this to be a very interactive. I have this list of things that I thought I will talk about, and for those who are interested, they can read. English, mind you, everything is English. Very few, maybe a few pictures, but mostly English. And I don't know how much we can cover or we will be able to talk about in hour and a half. But my idea was to sort of at least hear from you also. I mean, मेरे लिए भी कुछ learning हो, मेरा भी कोई फायदा हो जाए. I would like to hear if and whenever you want from the participants, what is it that excites them, about mathematics? What is it that they are interested in, and things like that. And hopefully by the end of the talk, we would have had some sort of a connection, wherein we will be able to exchange emails or messages or whatever about very, very interesting. I think mathematics is, I mean, I don't have to tell you guys, but it's inherently beautiful. Unfortunately, the beauty of that mathematics is lost in as part of the curriculum. That's what I sincerely feel. In fact, I feel some people were telling me, we were designing, working with a lot of school teachers, and some of them were saying, very interesting conversation. And they said, look, I mean, I'm sure you guys know what is a quadratic equation, right? So they said, ये quadratic equation सबको क्यों पढ़ाना पड़ता है? Why everybody needs to study quadratic? I guarantee you, Never ever in your life, unless you are a programmer or you want to manipulate images, this that matrix transformation, तुमको कभी भी quadratic equation use नहीं करना पड़ेगा. You will never ever in your life, 99.99999% of humanity will never ever need quadratic equations in their lives. So क्यों पढ़ाएं? So why should we teach quadratic equations in class 10 if we were never going to use it? Maybe maybe it's a good thing to hear from you. If you have a cool answer or a good answer, I would like to hear from. Why should we teach our students quadratic equation when I know for sure that 129.9999 crores out of 130 crores Indians will never use it in their lives. So क्यों पढ़ना चाहिए या क्यों पढ़ाना चाहिए? Any answers? Anybody who wants to speak, I would like to hear. And of course, I have my answer. But I want to hear what you guys think. किसी को बोलना है? नहीं? Okay. Interesting है. So let me also if I forget, remind me to talk about Richard Feynman's lecture number 22 of 1962, where and I will probably read his quote. That is the reason. I think the reason we should teach quadratic equations, because I think it is inherently beautiful. Just like you go watch a good painting, that painting is beautiful to a lot of people, and it doesn't mean that it will help you in your life to get a job or whatever, right? Not everything that we do in our lives is meant to get us a bigger job or better job at ISI or Google or wherever and all of that, right? Some things are inherently, in my opinion, beautiful, interesting, engaging, and all of that, and we should do it for that reason, not for any other utilitarian reason. And that is what this Richard Feynman, in his very interesting talk in 1962, and I have never heard anybody giving a math lecture or a physics lecture where you are trying to cover some equations, do some topics, this, that, or whatever, and people clapping at the end of it. Can you believe 1962 he gave a lecture at Cornell and people clapped, and it was a lecture on physics. I don't know how many of you have read this book called Feynman's Lectures on Physics, part 1, part 2, part 3. बड़ी interesting है, हमने भी पढ़ी थी एक time में, but of course never used it or understood. I mean, never sort of got the beauty of what he was trying to say until about a couple of weeks ago, when I was reading this talk, and I heard people clapping after 5 minutes of his talk. And he says, I'm going to tell you about this most beautiful formula in mathematics, which is e to the power of I minus I pi is e to the power I pi is minus 1. And he says, it is the most beautiful formula in mathematics, and I'm not going to explain it, because if I do, it is like saying this beautiful diamond, and how can I, this is like a diamond of mathematics, and if I don't cover it around, if I don't paint a good picture around it, make it even more beautiful surroundings, this and that, or whatever, I will be doing a lot of injustice. So he spends the next hour, 1 hour, just getting to that e to the power I pi is minus 1. And imagine, what does he do? He starts from taking 10 logarithms of 10. I mean, 10 roots of 10. So he starts with root of 10. We all know how to figure out that root of 10. Then he takes root of that number and he does it 10 times. And just by doing that, he comes to E. He figures out that there is something called this natural number E, which is of course a transcendental number. Then he says, let me define this thing called I, which is imaginary number, which is, the definition itself is very interesting or whatever. And then by doing that, somehow pi comes into on its own. Suddenly pi just falls down out of nowhere. There is no circle here, no circle, nothing. Pi drops down, and then he shows how e to the power of I pi is minus 1, or things like that. Beautiful, absolutely amazing. Starting from 10 roots of 10, he comes to e to the power of I pi minus 1. Well, I will send you the link of that talk and the lecture. It is lecture number 22 and Feynman's lecture on physics. I mean, he's saying physics, but he's sort of doing maths, and he distinguishes between physics and maths a little bit, and he says कि यार अगर ये चीज नहीं पढ़ी तो फिजिक्स, अगर फिजिक्स वालों को ने मैथ नहीं पढ़ी तो कोई फायदा नहीं है फिजिक्स पढ़ने का, something like that he said. So with that, I thought I will And I think I heard from Sanchayan that a lot of people who are here have taken some test or whatever, and you guys have qualified, and that's why they have invited you here. I wish सबको invite कर लिया होता, but that's okay. That's the call of the organizers. I would like this thing to be more interactive. If you have any comments, please feel free to ask. Like I don't know what they said in the introduction. I don't know. I was not hearing. It was a very long introduction. So let me make it very short. I am here at and let me just show you where I am. And note कर दिया, already started. So there you go. So I am calling from IIT Gandhinagar, and this is Sabarmati. It's a river for those who don't know. This is IIT Gandhinagar, और यहाँ पर हमारी पार्टी चल रही है. Or this is what our lab looks like. This is our lab, and we call it the Center for Creative Learning. I'll not write the whole thing, but the goal of this lab, as you see.
सर आपने वो रिकॉर्डिंग अपने कंप्यूटर पे भी चालू कर रखी है ना, बिकॉज़ YouTube पे रुक के आ रही है.
ओह हाँ, ये कुछ गड़बड़ दिखा रहा है.
रिकॉर्डिंग आपने अपने लोकल पे भी चालू कर लेना, so that we have.
No, but give me just a sec. Why ये क्यों हो रहा है? ये तो गड़बड़ है ना. जब हम एकलव्य करेंगे तो फिर से फाइट हो जाएगी. लाल दिखा रहा है. क्या करते थे हम? व्यू स्टैट्स ना. व्यू स्टैट्स, हाँ. ये तो 77% ड्रॉप फ्रेम्स दिखा रहा है. एक सेकंड रुको, मैं प्रिंट स्क्रीन ले लेता हूँ. Print screen. Give me just one sec, guys. My internet is giving me problems. Why is it doing that? Drop frames due to network. फिर से वही गड़बड़ हो रही है नेटवर्क वाली. ठीक है, चलो, whatever it is. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dinesh. रहने दो फिर गौरव, अगर बहुत रुक के आ रहा है ना. 77% ड्रॉप फ्रेम्स है. So if you feel it is not all right, then we can drop it.
हाँ ओके, फिर वो YouTube कैंसिल कर देता हूँ. ओके.
हाँ. कहाँ पर थे हम? भूल गए. हाँ
पार्टी चल रही थी.
हाँ जय, हाँ पार्टी चल रही है. गौरव, उनको बुला के बोल भी दो यहाँ पर आ जाएंगे, because it's an informal meeting. तुरंत call this guy, the network guy, and tell him that the kbps is 1400 and इसलिए हमारा बिल्कुल कुछ नहीं चल रहा है ऑनलाइन. ठीक है, वो इंटरनेट वाला बंदा है. कौन नाम है उसका?
हाँ मैं देख लेता हूँ.
अर्जेंट है. हाँ, संजय पटेल या क्या? नहीं, some other guy. Hold on, I'm sorry guys, my internet is giving me problems, so let me just find out that name. क्या नाम था?
रोहित चौधरी.
रोहित चौधरी. You have his number?
हाँ मेरे पास है.
Okay, good, wonderful. चलो. Sorry. So I see only 5 people on my screen: Shreyan, Ojas Mittal, Iman, Ayush, and of course I see Sanchan. Others, I don't know whether they have switched on their videos or not. I don't know मैं क्या कह रहा था, मैं भूल गया. Sorry for the distraction. I was saying, yeah, this is what the lab looks like. If you see, there are a lot of these structures sitting here, right? भरे पड़े हैं कुछ. And some of them are convex, as you can see, all right here on top. Some, of course, this is also convex. Some of them are concave. You see this ball. This is a 472 piece geodesic. Bunch of things. So the goal of what we do in our lab is basically this. You see, you see this structure hanging right up. This is a 6V geodesic, 6 frequency geodesic, and this has been made by 1500 sticks. I think, I don't remember, and about the same 1500 tie belts. And we spent the whole day, about 6 hours, and about 180 students, first year students who came to IIT. For one day we just stood together to make this geodesic dome. For those who don't know, I can, if you are interested, I can explain, but this is what we like to do. We want and this is our lab where we sort of do this stuff and whatever it is that we do. The goal of, like I was saying, the goal of what we do in this lab, the 12 of us who work in this lab, is to create content which is engaging and inspiring. Something which will make you really like the subject, something, you know, for instance, in math, look at the most non-intuitive things. Like I will tell you this story and maybe you try it. And so I will, in this talk, I will give you a bunch of problems. Sanchan, I think what I will spend my time on is giving you guys a bunch of very, very interesting non-intuitive problems. And I would hope that you guys think about it and let us know what you think the answers are, right? I mean, if I explain you the answer, then, you know, it takes the whole joy of, so I will just, and these are very, very non-intuitive, very, very simple, very simple things. Yet I would, you know, really encourage you to think. For instance, I don't know if you have noticed, but let me just start with that. Let me just start. So here is the problem, 10 interesting problems and I have actually 20, 30, 40, whatever, but we'll see how much we can cover. So I have this simple strip of paper, okay? And so if I tie a knot in this paper, you see what happens? Have you seen this before? If you tie a knot in a rectangular strip, you actually make a regular pentagon. This is a regular pentagon. It is absolutely regular, which means all the angles are whatever, 108, this, that, or whatever. The question is why? Why not? What is so special about pentagon that if you fold a strip, tie one knot, it makes a pentagon? Why not something else? And by the way, if you tie 2 knots, it will make a 7-sided polygon. You make 3 knots, so on and so forth. And we have created a world record in India. We have made a 13-sided polygon with a single simple strip of paper. And so if you can break that world record, or whatever, Indian record or Gujarat record or IIT record, whatever you want to call it, please do send us a picture or video or whatever, right? So what you have to do is to, and let me show you the picture. This is how it looks like. This is to make sure that I'm not cheating, I will show you. This is what I did, or my friend did, 11-sided polygon, and this is 13-sided polygon. You can count. Okay, so your goal is to beat our record, make a 15-sided polygon or more. And if you make 96, 97-sided polygon, you can beat Archimedes, whatever. For those who don't know, you know, he figured out the value of pi by making this 96-sided polygon. And you should think, why 96? Why not something else? So Archimedes, I don't know if you know that story, right? Archimedes, how many of you have heard of Archimedes? I'm assuming everybody hands raised कर दीजिए. एक जने नहीं सुना है, बहुत जनों ने नहीं सुना है. When it says plus 30, it means 30 people. Plus 30 and a hand, it means 30 people have raised their hands. Is that what it means? Yeah, I guess that's what it means.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So if somebody were to ask, why is Archimedes famous? What will you say? He will say, oh yeah, he's the guy who discovered this, did this, eureka, ran out of bathtub crying naked saying, you know, I found something, whatever. No. If you were to ask Archimedes, what is the most important contribution of yours to the life or to humanity or whatever, it will be this: circles. He was the first person to figure out the volume of a sphere. First person. 4/3 pi r cube without using calculus, which is what you and I do in the curriculum. The way we figure out the volume of a sphere is by using calculus. Calculus was invented 1600 years after he died. And if you look at the proof, it is super elegant. Let me show you. And again, this is problem.
Compared the volumes of a cylinder and 2 cones with a circle.
Sorry, what did you say?
So I think he compared the volumes of a cylinder and 2 cones with the volume of a sphere.
No, he actually
so
found that.
Both of them.
हाँ मैं बताता हूँ, एक second. Let me just get that picture. कहाँ गई? अरे कहाँ चली गई picture? अरे मैं कैसे करूँ? मेरा पेन तो तू ले गई. अरे यार. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find that picture out. and I think it's missing for some reason. It is missing from.
रोहित चौधरी बोल रहे हैं कि you can shift to the GTPL line, उसमें इंटरनेट ठीक आएगा.
क्यों गया खराब? क्या रैंडम? सुपर रैंडम आंसर. उसको बोलो घर आके चेक करे ना. GTPL line. इसलिए नहीं लिया था. Okay, so you can see this now. So and maybe you don't know, remember or whatever. This is the real picture. Don't disturb my circles. He was actually killed while he was trying to prove this. Literally, his head was chopped off. This is a true picture. I mean, true picture as in, I mean, of course, there were no cameras that time, but of course, it's a painting of whatever happened. Some Roman soldiers were ordered to kill, Archimedes while he was trying to actually draw this 96-sided polygon to get that value of pi. So the question is 96-sided क्यों बनाया उसने? And the second question is how using this picture can you get the volume of a sphere? This volume of a sphere. So what he did was he had a rectangle, I mean a cylinder with same height as the diameter of the sphere and same rate and basically half. So if this is 1, this is also, so this is basically 2 squares. You see what I'm saying? So if the radius of a sphere is 1, then the radius of a cylinder is actually 2 and height of a cylinder is actually 1. And then of course he also made a cone. Radius of cone is actually 2 and height of a cone is actually 1. Using this setup, he proved that the volume is 4/3 pi r. Of course, they knew that the volume of a cone is 1/3 because they knew that any pyramid is 1/3, and they extended a pyramid to a cone, and so knowing that the cone is 1/3, and using Pythagoras theorem, that's it. He just used Pythagoras theorem and laws of lever. Laws of lever, not liver. Laws of lever, which says, give me a rod long enough, I can lift the earth. Just 3 things he used, and he figured out the volume of a sphere. For those who are interested, please let us know. I will be very happy. I will not take time to explain this, but he basically on a rod, he hung a cylinder here and a cone and a sphere on the other side, and they perfectly balance as using that at different distances. Using that laws of movement, distance times weight is constant if around a fulcrum. Just that Pythagoras theorem, he proved the volume of a sphere. I thought that is one of the most beautiful proofs that I have seen. And no calculus. Despite still, I think it's almost 2000 years since he died. We are still teaching our students volume of a sphere using an much younger technology than this old beautiful proof. हम कैलकुलस इस्तेमाल करते हैं, वो करना चाहिए, लेकिन जो सबसे एलिगेंट प्रूफ है वो नहीं देखते हैं. And that is what it is we try to do in this lab. What we try to do is look at interesting things that can make sense or make you wonder ये हो क्या रहा है और क्यों हो रहा है, and things like that. Let me show you a few things. Like I said, I will just keep doing things, and please interrupt me if you want. Wherever, I would really like to hear from you. The whole goal of meeting all these people who are interested in mathematics or at least like or think that they like mathematics or whatever. I wanted to give a different flavor of mathematics or something that is very hands-on, something that is very it is not something. So I'm very interested in things that you can touch, mathematics that you can touch, feel visually. You can do a lot of things. So this is this second thing that I'm going to do right now. I have this. I don't know if you have seen this before. but you see this arrow, this is pointing left, all right? No big deal. I will push. So I'm holding it by the diagonals, right? So I will push along the diagonal and the backside shows up, and I will again make it point. Oh, right ho jayega. So I'm getting it laterally inverted. So don't worry. Let me just keep it up and down. Then that is better. By the way, that is also very interesting. Um, I don't know if you have, but maybe one of you can intuitively explain why the mirror does left to right inversion and not top to bottom. What has that to do with gravity? How does the mirror know that I should invert left to right and not top to bottom? How does the mirror know that there is some top and bottom and I shouldn't do that? I mean, just like in this image, it inverts left and right. So when I'm seeing myself, my arrows are inverted. Anyway, so that is the third. I don't know, Sanchan, maybe you can keep track of these questions and send it to all the participants later. So there is this arrow, it's facing up, and I will push it so the backside shows up, and I will again make it point up. This is a beautiful game. You should play with all your friends and family or whatever, right? Okay. So I keep pushing it like this, and this arrow keeps pointing up. All right. Now what's the big deal? I will hold it with this hand. Earlier, and the line of symmetry, you see, the axis around which we are spinning is this, right? So whether you spin around this or you spin around this, the arrow, it cuts the arrow at the same place. So it seems like it will not make a difference, but you see what happens now. So in this hand, it is up. In this hand, it is up and down. And in this hand again, it is down and down. तो पहला तो ये मुझे समझ में नहीं आया कि ये क्यों हो रहा है, और and I'm not making any joke. I mean, कोई जादू नहीं कर रहे हैं, मेरे हाथ में कुछ भी नहीं है, whatever, right? I mean, just whatever it is, right? It's just right there in front of you. No jadoo. What is going on? Why does it behave like that? And the next question will be, what should I do to this arrow or to the shape so that it doesn't do like that? It always remains the same, right? Theoretically, the lines of symmetry cut across the arrow like this or like this. It should not make a difference, but it does. And imagine now something interesting has happened, right? I have given this interesting problem for you guys to think and wonder about, and then hopefully interestingly come up with an answer, and then we will be interested to let let me know if you can come up with a shape. Of course, don't draw a circle, because circle it will remain the same, or do something interesting, or I mean the easiest answer is ye kar deta hu. It's a bi-sided arrow, so now it doesn't really matter. You do this or that, or so don't give simple answers. Give me something more interesting. Tell me what is it, what shape that I can draw, or what shape this thing can be, so that it doesn't make that difference or whatever. Okay, so that is that. Let me keep doing. Okay, so I will start with, the whole goal, why I got interested in doing all of this was because I would see these things around, and I think there are such beautiful things that are around us, but we never pay attention. For instance, just this piece of paper that you have, okay, on which I showed you, these are the bunch of things that we would try to do. You can take a look, right? क्या क्या करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं? Single cut arrow, card sort, Einstein clock, Hira, Enigma, cardioid, rolling cylinder, up it up, smart it up, A4, geodesic, Plucker's conoid, buffoon needle, wobbly chair, Russian finger, gear, Kalakar, Mera Bharat. So it's a big list. I don't know how many of these things we'll do, but this piece of paper, it's called A4 sheet. You know why we call it A4? Anybody would like to give an answer why it's called A4? Why not A5? Why not A0? Why not A whatever? Why A4? What is so 4 about this paper?
If we cut it half, the ratio remains the same.
So why call it 4? Why not A2 then? अगर half में काट रहे हैं तो. So why 4? What is 4 about this? And you noticed its length is actually 297 mm. 297. Now, why in earth would any sane person make the length 297. अरे यार 300 कर देते ना, 3 mm कम कर दिया, 3 mm, it means nothing. You understand what I'm saying? 297 क्यों करा? पागल है क्या? What I'm trying to say is that these things are all around us. Unfortunately, we are not paying attention. आप A4 की definition देखिए, उसमें लिखा रहेगा 297, 210 by 297. Why is it 297? Why not 300? If you were to design Sanchi, and if you were to design A4, will you make it 297? Why don't you? Why 297? Why not keep it a round figure, round number, good number? 30 centimeter कर दो ना. 29.7 क्यों रखोगे? Okay, that is another question. I'll leave you with that. Okay, and please think about it. Come back and send us emails. I mean, that is where the whole point of all of this will be. If you let me know what you thought about it. Okay, so then going further, this is something that happened 2 weeks ago. All right. So what I was doing was I folded this paper actually in half along the diagonal. Okay. So that is not a big deal. Of this paper, I folded along the diagonal in half, right? And then what I also did was I folded this paper in half like this. And like somebody said, this paper is unique, by the way. In that, and maybe you should find out that the ratio of length to breadth of this paper and this paper is exactly same. So this length to breadth and this length to breadth is same. When you do it in half, the ratio remains the same. So what I have done is I have made this diagonal, which is, like this, the long diagonal of the paper. And then I folded it in half and made another diagonal of this half paper. Okay, that's all. So this is the half diagonal and this is the full diagonal. And you will see if you do it, if you have done some paper folding or whatever, you will figure out, or you will see that these two diagonals meet exactly at 90 degrees. Exactly. And so my question is why? Why not? I mean, I mean, is it just a coincidence? It is not. So, so these two diagonals, this one and this one, the one that is for the whole A4 paper and the one that is for half the paper. These two diagonals meet exactly at 90 degrees. Why? I mean, they meet at 90 degrees, I can tell, because when I fold, 90 degrees कैसे पता चलता है कि जब fold करते हैं तो बीच का line है वो perpendicular bisector है वो, that is pretty much what it is. So the question is, why do they meet at 90 degrees? And in fact, I can ask the other way, right? I can say, and this is what was surprising. I noticed that it is 90 degrees. Then I was like, why 90 degrees? Why not something else? And you will realize that this happens only in this paper. और कोई आप rectangle लोगे उसमें नहीं होगा, इसी पेपर में होगा. And something even more interesting, this point where they meet, this point is 1/3. 1/3 in length, 1/3 in height. Guarantee. I mean, that part is, if you spend a little time, you will probably figure that out, the 1/3 part. But my question is, 90 degree में क्यों है? Or what is so special? Why 90 degree? Why not for anything else, right? क्यों ऐसा होता है कि and then this point where they meet is exactly 1/3. This height is 1/3 of the height, and this distance is also 1/3 of the length. So it divides this point when they meet is 1/3. And of course, that should be, I'm assuming should be fairly trivial, but nonetheless, I leave that as an exercise. And then of course, using that property, I can divide this paper in any number of parts. 1/3. See, you cannot ideally divide 1/3, right? I mean, you will have to sort of measure. आधा तो कर सकते हैं, 1/3 करने के लिए तो approximate करना पड़ता है ना. इस तरह से I have 1/3 of the length, right? Using this, I can do 1/4, 1/5, 1/6, 1/7, whatever, right? I mean, using this thing, I can divide a paper in any number of exactly equal parts, exactly equal. And in fact, if you read more, you will figure out that this second part, 1/3 part, is not true for A4, it's true for any rectangle. But the first part, that the two diagonals meet at 90 degrees, is true only and only for this A4 paper. And then figure out why A4 is A4 and why it is 297 and things. So and of course, if you want to know some of these answers, I don't know how many of you have seen this thing called 3030 STEM. Please Google. I mean, you can just Google 3030 STEM and you will see 26 episodes. A lot of them on mathematics. In fact, the first episode of 3030 STEM was on paper, A4 ka jadoo. And we did this program last year. It was called 3030 STEM because we had exactly 3030 subscribers, 3030 subscribers. By the end of the program, we had quarter to 2 lakh subscribers. Somebody told me that if you get 1 lakh subscribers, YouTube sends you this some button. हमें तो नहीं भेजा आज तक, पता नहीं कहाँ चला गया, रास्ते में कोई ले गया. We should find that out. तो भेजा ही नहीं उन्होंने, खा गए हमारा बटन. So anyways, and we did that because what we were doing in that episode was we were looking at things that are all around us and doing very interesting this, let's call it this jadoo or whatever you want to call it, right? Beautiful things, right? Simple, interesting, and sometimes very, very complicated and very, very sort of amazing, if I can, use that word. ठीक है, मैं आगे बढ़ता हूँ, नहीं तो मैं कहानियाँ सुनाता रह जाऊँगा आपको. Let me just keep this paper here so that I know what to. अच्छा, कार्ड सॉर्ट कर लेते हैं और फिर आइंस्टाइन क्लॉक करेंगे. Let me show you this beautiful toy, and we call it the cards, sorting of the cards. Okay, so let me see how I can get it here. Go ahead. Okay, can you see now? Is it clear? Okay.
Yes.
So I have these cards which are whatever they are. थोड़ा ऊपर कर देता हूँ. All right. So they are all shuffled, and the goal is to get them in order, right? तो सबसे पहले A ढूंढना पड़ेगा. ओह, ये तो ऊपर ही आ गया, इसको नीचे भेज देते हैं. तो सबसे पहले A ढूंढना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? तो A ढूंढ के लाते हैं. अरे बड़ा मुश्किल है, कहाँ चला गया, कहाँ चला गया, बड़ा मुश्किल है. ओह, ये मिल गया. अब B ढूंढना पड़ेगा. I mean, it's very complicated. I don't want to do this, right? I want to do it some smart way. Okay. So what I do is bring this simple safety pin. You see this safety pin? Okay. You can use it to prick your neighbor, but of course, you can use it to do interesting thing also. So what I will do is put this in this hole, okay, and take this out and bring the cards in front. Okay, and then put it in the other hole and bring it in front. Ulta kar raha hu, but that's okay. My bad. थोड़ा सा गलत कर दिया, फिर से करना पड़ेगा. Let me just make sure I'm doing it all right. ठीक है. Okay, let's do
Sir,
this.
is it possible to show the cards once? I want to see how the holes are arranged. I mean, some of the
No,
holes
no.
seem to be open and some of the holes are closed.
No. Of course not. So that is the whole trick. उसके लिए पैसे देने पड़ेंगे आपको. तो चेक भेज दो उसके लिए. So what I've done here is I will of course put this hole in this one. पहले मैंने गलत साइड से चालू कर दिया था. And that is the question that I will leave it as a question for you. And then the next hole, and then the third hole, and the fourth hole, and the fifth hole. Right. All right. And then you say, what have I done? Somebody was asking, of course, I'm going to show you what I've done. You will see that some of holes are open and some are closed. Okay. ये खुला हुआ है ऊपर से, ये बंद है. And this is how the punch card sorting was done. In the olden days, computers used to work like this. This is the punching card mechanism. कहीं पर छेद होगा, कहीं पर नहीं होगा. This is how zeros and ones were done. And so, of course, this is the binary representation of the cards. And now you can use your mind or whatever and figure out क्या करें. क्या? So what should we do? हाँ भाई रख दो. So what is it that we will do? And here these are binary representations of the card, right? Of course you can figure that out. Then what we said was, this is our unique invention. And we said, look, what if I want to do the same thing, but now instead of 5 holes, I want to use only 3 holes. You see, the other side has 3 holes. Okay. And now I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to use only 3 holes. And okay, here. And then I use one more stick. I use another stick. And then some cards will fall down. Right here. Then the same stick.
In this trainer,
sometimes we have to use bigger stick for bigger children. For smaller children, you need smaller stick. For bigger children, you need bigger stick. Okay. So this one, and then the last one I will put in here. Somebody was saying something. Let me just finish and then you can make that comment. Give me just 1 minute. And again, the same thing happens. And so now my challenge to you is, can you do it with 2 holes? Okay, so that is your challenge. Do it with 2 holes. And an unsolved problem yet, which we have sent to IMO. I don't know how many of you, maybe you all know what is IMO. But we have sent this problem to IMO. So let's see if at all, it comes in the IMO or not or whatever. I'll anyways tell you this problem. So you see what we did was, these holes were, at least in this case, where there were only 2 types of holes. This is a hole that is closed and this is a hole that is open for all the cards, right? Okay. When I did my stick from here to here, I got one order of the cards. So these are 26 cards. I can arrange them in possible, I don't need this. I can arrange them in 26 factorial ways, right? I have 26 cards, 26 factorial ways. I can arrange them in order, right? And the question is then, just by using this safety pin and these cards with these holes, which are in binary, I mean, I'm giving you that answer, right? These are in binary representation of a number. How many of those 26 factorial possible combinations can you get with a stick and these cards? मतलब आप कितनी भी बार ये use करो, the only move that you are allowed is put this stick, take out the cards and put them wherever you want, front, back, wherever. Similarly, दूसरे में किसी भी छेद में कितनी भी बार भी कैसे भी डालो, how many of those 26 factorial combinations can you get? Why can you get all? Or can you not get, and why not, and which ones will you get and which ones will you not, and things.
Sir, is it 5 factorial? In which order?
इतना आसान नहीं है. And why? And the question is why? Think about it. Let me know. We are still waiting for the answer. It has not. It's an open problem as far as I know. And all you need is just these cards. These cards. Of course, for those who want to know, this is called radix. What it does is actually radix sort. आप computer science में शायद पढ़ते होंगे, नहीं पढ़ा तो पढ़ सकते हैं. It is called radix sort, and so this is binary radix sort, right? But I'm extending it. I'm saying, let me do this radix sort business operation any number of times and any bit, starting from See, normally in Radix sort, I start with LSB and go to MSB, but I'm saying I give you the permission to do this sorting business from any bit. How many possible ways can you arrange the card out of this 26 factorial? And it turns out it is much lower number. We have run the simulations. We wrote a program and found out that बहुत छोटा number है. But the question is, what is so specific about those numbers that वही चीज आती हैं? What is so special about that? Right? Some permutations will appear, some will not. The question is why? Despite you using this, all you have is a stick and these cards. Okay, and so two questions here. One, of course, is this open problem. Second, how do you do this sorting with only 2 holes?
So we will need 5 types of sticks.
You will need 5 types of sticks. Okay, try to make one and then send us the cards. Let's see if it works. With 2 holes, 5 types of sticks.
Yeah, 2 holes like
you're right.
6 types of digits. So because 5 square is 25. It is
बना के दिखाओ कैसे चलेगा करके दिखाओ. The deal is to do this. The goal is to do this. Nobody has, by the way, this is something that we are going to hopefully register or patent or whatever. I don't know. Maybe register or maybe. But you know, this idea of having different kind of holes for different things and using different size sticks is absolutely unique thing that we have done. और फिर हमने इसको ये इस्तेमाल करके रामायण के कार्ड्स बना दिए. So these are Ramayana cards. Let me show you that film. Hopefully you will be able to.
स्नैपचैट के जमाने में बच्चों को अगर रामायण पढ़ने को बोलें तो उनके पसीने छूट जाते हैं. 1 मिनट के अटेंशन स्पैन में रामायण कैसे पढ़ी जाए? इन 52 कार्ड्स पर हमने पूरी रामायण को लिख दिया है. 52 कार्ड्स में संक्षिप्त रामायण. पर मान लीजिए हमारे ये कार्ड उल्टे पुल्टे अरेंज हो जाएं, तो हम क्या करेंगे?
अरे ये क्या, सीता हरण हो गया और विवाह ही नहीं हुआ, कुछ तो गड़बड़ है.
फिर से इनको अरेंज करने के लिए पहले हमें 1 नंबर का कार्ड खोजना पड़ेगा, उसको ऊपर लाना पड़ेगा. फिर 2 नंबर का कार्ड खोजना पड़ेगा, उसको ऊपर लाना पड़ेगा. फिर 3 नंबर का, फिर 4 नंबर का एंड सो ऑन. ऐसा करते करते तो वापस से बच्चे स्नैपचैट में लग जाएंगे. इसको जल्दी से करने के लिए हमने इस कार्ड के ऊपर ये छेद किए हैं और जय श्री राम कह के अगर इस डंडी को हम एक एक करके छेदों में डालें तो ये अपने आप क्रम से लग जाएंगे.
अब ये देखिए, पहले जन्म, फिर विवाह, फिर अपहरण और फिर रावण युद्ध.
और ये इसलिए हो पा रहा है क्योंकि ये छेद बाइनरी सिस्टम के हिसाब से किए गए हैं.
कंप्यूटर्स भी इसी भाषा में बात करते हैं और इसे सॉर्टिंग कहते हैं. आपको ये सोचना है कि इन बाइनरी छेदों में जब हम डंडी इस तरफ से डालते हैं तो ये क्रमबद्ध क्यों होते हैं, और अगर हम इसे दूसरी तरफ से डालें तो इनका क्रम क्या होगा.
अक्सर माइथोलॉजी और गणित को अलग समझा जाता है, एकदम 180 डिग्री उधर. बट ये अभी होने लगा है. पहले तो भारत में लोग गणित में भी संगीत डाल देते थे. हेमचंद्र ने ये सीरीज, जिसे हम फिबोनाची सीरीज के नाम से जानते हैं, इसे श्लोक में डालकर लिखा था, और वो भी फिबोनाची से 50 साल पहले. बाकी जगह भी इन कार्ड्स का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. हिस्ट्री की अलग अलग इवेंट्स को कार्ड पर लगा सकते हैं और ये अपने आप ही सही ऑर्डर में लग जाएंगे. ये तो हमने 6 छेद इस्तेमाल करके सॉर्टिंग की. अगर 3 तरह के छेद करें तो 4 छेद ही काफी होंगे.
तो इन अनोखे पत्तों से रामायण, इतिहास, गणित, कंप्यूटर साइंस सब एक साथ सीख सकते हैं. तो ये है क्रमबद्ध रामायण या सॉर्टेड रामायण. अधिक जानकारी के लिए संपर्क करें.
I don't know how you liked it, but at least I thought we were very excited about. And let me show you another thing. And if you have some answers, then that will be great. This is still an open problem.
This wonderful machine can draw millions of mathematical shapes. Designed at CCL IIT Gandhinagar by Akash, who is an ITI graduate, and Udit, who is a 12th grade student and an Olympiad medalist. at CCL, we always strive to create things which can engage and inspire. And in that journey, we came up with a unique idea to combine 3D printer technology and spirograph to create Kalakar. Millions of very non-intuitive patterns and drawings can inspire, and math behind each of these patterns can keep one engaged till eternity. Fix the first stick at the centers, the other stick at equal radius, and of course we draw a line. But hold on, if we start to move the screen, now what we get is a circle. So rotating the screen converts the line into a circle. One can wonder why, and there is very interesting trigonometry principles buried here. Now rotate both the sticks with different radii, and you get an ellipse. Moving the screen converts this ellipse into a circle. Move the screen in opposite direction and we get a smaller circle. Move the table off center and speed says non-multiples, and you get this beautiful pattern. Total 12 things we can play around with. Speeds of 4 circles, radii of 4 dials, speed of table, and direction of table. We are ready to take orders.
So I hope you saw what I was trying to do, but basically it is just that, right? If basically, you know, one guy is moving in a circle and on the screen you are plotting its, you know, whatever projection on a straight line, and that of course you know is cosine theta or sine theta, whichever way you want to measure it. So that's a straight line. But suddenly when you start to move the screen underneath, that line becomes a circle. So line ka gola kaise ban gaya? And if you make an ellipse, you can make an ellipse. If one radius is bigger, the other is smaller, then of course it's an ellipse. But normal case mein ellipse hai. But in an ellipse, if the underlying table starts to move, then ellipse becomes a circle on its own. Upar pen is string drawing an ellipse, but the table is moving, and so pen now makes a circle. And if the table moves in the other direction, it makes a bigger circle. We still don't have, I mean, we can write an equation and get to the answer. Supposedly, we would be very interested if you guys can do that. But we were very interested to have you guys come and think and let us know कि ये line का circle क्यों बन गया या ellipse का circle क्यों बन गया when the table starts to move. So it's very interesting. You draw an ellipse, and if your speed matches, if the way your angular movement of this जो ellipse में चल रहा है उसमें भी जो पैरामीट्रिक कोऑर्डिनेट्स में जो आप थीटा घुमाते हो उसी स्पीड से टेबल भी अगर घुमाते हो तो एलिप्स की जगह सर्कल बन जाएगा. तो क्यों बनेगा सर्कल? और या तो छोटा बनेगा या बड़ा, डिपेंडिंग ऑन यू आर मूविंग इट्स इन क्लॉकवाइज और एंटी क्लॉकवाइज. सेम साइज एज द योर पैरामीट्रिक thing is moving or the other way. So this is a unique machine, by the way. It doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. This has been designed here at our lab by us, and maybe we are thinking very soon we will try to see if we can sort of send it to, so you assemble this and make your own designs, but the mathematics underneath is very interesting. And let me show you something else that I thought is also very unique to our lab, and I don't know how many of you have heard of this, but and this thing is called, let me just see if I can get that. There you go. I don't know how many of you have seen this before. This is called an Enigma machine. For those who have not heard of this, this is the machine that led to the invention of the first computer. The first computer in the world was not made so that we can play PUBG. It was meant so that we could break the code of this machine called the Enigma machine, and as a result, World War II ended 2 years early. 2 million lives, 20 lakh लोगों की जानें बची because the computer was invented. आज तो पता नहीं कंप्यूटर के कारण कितनी जानें जा रही हैं, but it's a beautiful machine that combines electrical engineering, mechanical, mathematics, and computer science all in one. It's a cryptography machine or decryption, whichever way you want to call it. It both encrypts and decrypts. You give it the message, it encrypts. You give it encrypted message, it will decrypt. So the sender and the receiver, they have the same machine. Either it will decrypt or it will encrypt, and based on laws of engineering, electrical engineering, simple short circuit karta hai. But the number of possible combinations is 2 to the power of 14, I think, or something, 10 to the power of 14. I forget kya number hai. Jay remembers that. And maybe that's an interesting problem for you to solve. Given understand, hopefully, if you understand the structure of this machine, what are the possible combinations, starting combinations that this machine have, and only one of which, if you put the machine in, you will get the right answer. And that is what the deal was. When Germans were sending the message, even though the Americans had the machine, they could not break it because they did not know the starting combination. And starting combination was 1 of the 2 to 10 to the power of 14 over. And unless you know that starting position, you will not know. And this is, the reason I'm showing you this machine is this machine in India exists only in our lab. We have made this machine. Nowhere else in India will you find it. Apne haathon, it took us about 3 months or 4 months to make this machine. It has about 1,500 or 2,000 moving parts. We made it on our own, sold it, welded it, this, that, everything on our own, and this encrypts your messages, right? And I thought we should make this because we teach computer science, and if you know, this is the reason why computer science was or a computer was invented. We should look at history in that context. And so that is why we basically created this machine. And I'm proud to say that, you know, and I'm hoping ISI Bangalore mein aap log banao ye machine, acha rahega, you know, do interesting stuff, very interesting work. And of course, then we made a lot of models of this machine on GeoGebra. I don't know how many of you know GeoGebra, but GeoGebra में काफी सारे physics के simulation models बनाए, उनसे भी खेलने में बड़ा मजा आता है. But the real machine is a treat in itself. These are GeoGebra models. And if that you can actually search on GeoGebra, you know, you can find the model and you can. So let me then quickly. क्या बज गया? Oh, 5 बज गए. So maybe 10 minutes more. I will show you bunch of problems or bunch of interesting things, and then you guys can. Maybe this is interesting. I'll show you, and maybe you can come up with the. So this is a cube, which means length, breadth, and height are same, and I will convert, or the other way, right? This is a cuboid. This volume is 2. Okay, the length. This is a square, and this is a rectangle of size 2. This is a square. This is a rectangle of size 2, and you see what happens. I will do these transformations, and it becomes a cube. So the question is, what should these 7 pieces be, and where should I cut them so that a cube becomes a cube? So in other words, this is a way of getting off cube root of 2. Remember, cube cannot be cubed by Euclidean geometry, but here, of course, we have measured it, and we thought hinged dissection, we will show this. And like that, we have lots of very interesting maybe dissections. I'll show you quickly. This is, of course, a dodecahedron, and I will convert that to a cube. So that dodecahedron is gone inside, and similarly, I can open it to bring it back. This is a rhomboid. This is, of course, a rhomboid dodecahedron. You know, you see 12 rhombuses. But if I now this is a dodecahedron, and this is more complicated. But maybe I'll show you this. This is more interesting. So I have this cube. This is blue from the out. Okay. But I'll turn it into green. And then instead of 1, I'll make it 2. It's magic. And now one of them is gone. The question is, how do we do it? And बहुत मट्टी है इसके ऊपर, but I will still show. This part of it is not an open problem, but the other part still is. Okay. So this is called the Einstein's clock. We call it the Einstein's clock, and maybe it is written over here. Creative Learning Initiative, whatever. Einstein's clock, right? What is so special about the clock? Can somebody tell? Its minute hand and hour hand are exactly the same size. So it's an interesting problem. Einstein in 1918 was sick, right? And a friend gave him this clock. Of course, not this clock. If he gave him this clock, then I would be super rich. But he gave him some version of this clock. And he said, can you tell the time? Just by looking at it, not by watching the wheels move. Can you tell the time? He said, yeah, I can tell the time. Because if it is 6 o'clock, it cannot be 12:30. Even though you cannot tell which is a minute hand and which is hour hand, just by knowing the position, I can say which is the minute hand and which is the hour hand. Then the next question was, how many times in a day can you not tell the time? Just like this. So it could be, for instance, 8 after 9 minutes after 8 or 20 minutes to 8, something like that. Right? In this case, I cannot tell. They are very close. So how many times in a day can you not tell the time is the question. That is Einstein's clock or Einstein's question. By the way, I'm not making this up. This was a true story. This is a true story and true question. But then we extended it. We said, and this is an unsolved problem, by the way. So hopefully you will give us the answers. What is the time now? This is a clock. We don't know which one is what. Which one is the minute hand, which one is the hour, which one is the second hand. And we don't even know which way is up or down. हमें मालूम नहीं कि 12 कहाँ पर है. That's it. Can we tell the time? The first question. And how many times can we not tell the time? That is the second. This problem has not been solved. Or at least we don't know if anybody has solved it. So, please let us know if you can solve this problem. Very interesting. Imagine आपके स्कूल में ये घड़ियां लगा दें. कोई आके इसको ऐसे कर देगा, घुमा देगा. ISI में ऐसे ही घड़ी लगा दो. You turn it whichever way, the time will still. Can you tell the time? And of course, without the second hand will move very fast. So that is not. Just take a picture, and just by looking at the picture of the clock, can you tell the time? So I hope, Sanchan, you are keeping track of all these questions. And please do post it to all the participants. We would really care to, all, if you have anything, any comments, any answers, any comments, questions, whatever, would really love to hear from you. अभी क्या दिखाना है? Einstein clock, Hira, Enigma, side art code. Roll it up it up दिखा देते हैं. Up it up काम. So this is a. Let me change it to. So it's a beautiful game. It's basically 8 cubes, all right? And all of them are having our logo and IIT Gandhinagar's logo. And your goal is to roll it. You cannot slide. You have to roll and you have to bring the bottom guy up. See, now it has changed. Whatever is the bottom is coming up. These 4 are left. What is the minimum possible moves in which you can do this and how? And so we had this challenge on in our campus for a long time. Let me see if I have that video. Hopefully I have that. But let me see. Okay, I will start it. Please see this video. You will like it, hopefully. 2 minutes. So, by the way, this challenge, we kept it on for about a month, and the two people who have solved this problem is a security guard and a 6-year-old boy. Nobody else. So it'll be nice if you guys can solve this problem and let us know how you solved it. And there are very lot of variations of this problem, right? I mean, what if you want to leave this hole here instead of overhead? Instead of this hole, if you want to leave, get it in this position, right? Ye wala hole khali ho, and so on and so forth. Maybe write a program, maybe just not write a program and think about it and do it on your own. I mean, we would really love for you to think of doing this without the help of a computer. बिना कंप्यूटर के सॉल्व करके करिए और बताइए कैसे करा. ये will be very interested in hearing from you the solutions to this problem. We call it Up It Up, and let me see if I have the rollers on, and then that will show you transcendental waves. Oh yeah, this is interesting. So no big deal, except, can you hear? Yeah, these are the first cycle. All right. You have to tell which way did the cycle go, this way or this way. That's it. You just have this picture. We don't know which tire is what. We don't know the front tire or the back tire. And this is actually part of a very interesting Sherlock Holmes की एक कहानी में ये puzzle थी या game था in 1908, I think. So in one of his stories, one of the murderers, he actually came on a cycle, and they had to figure out, which way did he go? Did he go towards this side or that side? And based on that, they can figure out who the culprit is. And all they know is the marks of the wheel. So the question is, just by looking at the mark of the wheel of the this cycle, can you tell which way is the cycle going? Because this looks like very symmetrical, right? One of them is like this, and the other. But we don't know which tire is what, and which way is it going, this way or this way. Okay. Wobbly chair, Russian gear kalakar mera baap. In the end, I will show you this very interesting. We did a lot of things with paper, so I think I will just end with this paper thing. There are lots of things that I have, but unfortunately, I think I am also out of time and to show you something very interesting about pi, and let me maybe just take a minute and show you that. Okay, so this is something that was just completely bowled me over. I had no idea what was going on and why it is happening the way it is happening. Okay, so for this I will just change to overhead. Okay. All right. So I will just take a pen, put it here. Okay, so I just stuck a pen on this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is roll this thing along a scale. All right. So pardon me, sir, but essentially you get the idea, right? And for those who don't know, so the circle was of this radius, of course. This was the circle. And this is the path. So this is the circumference of a point which moves around this circle as this circle moves along this a straight line, right? When as a moves line. And this is called a cycloid. No big deal. This is called a cycloid. So what we have heard is this: if I draw this circle, then this circumference to this diameter is pi. All right, no big deal. Except, what do you think this is? This sort of looks like circular. Right? This sort of looks like circular. It is of course, this circle moving around. This point, of course, is like that. This length, lo and behold, is 4. And your job is to tell me where did the pi go? Pi kahan gayab ho gaya? Where did the pi go? Sanchayan, have you heard of this? The length of a cycloid is 4. Okay, and interesting. This, I moved this circle around a straight line. Okay, right? This I moved. Let's assume I want to move this circle around this circle. Let me do that. Okay, it will be interesting. So it draws some sort of a, and we should, if this and this circle are exactly equal, let's say if this is 1 and this is also 1, then what it draws is basically, and let me take a different pen, what it draws is, if this is a circle and there is another circle moving around, let's say this circle is moving around, the path of this point is basically called a cardoid. And here, whatever was 4 is now 8. This length is 8. Again, no pi. And if this circle is half, if let's say, this one is half. This is half and this is 1. So what you get is 2 circles. I mean, basically double lobed. You will get this. And this is 16. Again, no pi. So you have to explain what is going on. Why? And I think I'm now coming towards the end. And I will show you one more beautiful, absolutely wonderful thing. And then we will call it close. And what I have here is this. Of course, I made arrows. Maybe I should rub it. That this is very interesting. This is basically intersection of a cylinder, 2 cylinders, one cylinder like this and another cylinder like this. So basically 2 cylinders intersection. Okay, that's it. Imagine one cylinder going like this, another cylinder going like this, and if you intersect, this is the piece that you will get. So essentially this is, if you look from here, it is actually a circle, right? If you look from here, it is actually a circle, right? But if you look from here, it's a square. It's a circle and a circle and a square. But the most interesting thing is, even though it is intersection of cylinder which has pi, its surface area and volume are independent of pi. And you have to figure out what is that number. Assume radius 1 or whatever it is. Intersection of a cylinder is independent of pi. So where did the pi disappear? You intersect two circles और pi गायब हो गया. ऐसा कैसे? तीन में करेंगे तो भी intersect 3 cylinders again, and that is the interesting thing. You intersect number of cylinders and you will get flowers like this. None of the area or the volume is pi, has pi. But when you have infinite cylinders intersecting, then you get a sphere, of course. And then, of course, that's when you get pi. Before that, तो इसमें दो cylinder intersect कर रहे हैं, तब भी pi नहीं है. कहाँ चला गया? Even though this part is circular. ये पूरा circle है. This is exact circle. You see, this is a circle. Yet there is no pi. Okay. And in the end, I will give you, I don't know, I'm feeling like बहुत सारे सवाल पूछ लेता हूँ या बता देता हूँ या जो भी, right? And but I think I will just leave. There are too many things. In the end, I will just show you this very interesting thing because this person really inspires us. We have done a lot of activities with paper. In fact, paper से बड़ी सुंदर गणित कर सकते हैं. And for those who are interested in mathematics, let me tell you this, right? The youngest professor of mathematics in the history of mankind is this person called Eric Demain, who became a professor at the age of 20 in this college called MIT, which is considered one of the best colleges for studying mathematics. 20 साल की उम्र में वो professor बन गया. और best part, he never went to school. So if you have gone to school, unfortunately, you cannot break that record. So he never went to school. He and his father would both travel across the country and do a lot of things with paper. When he was around 12 or something like that, he realized he's good, he understands, he can visualize a lot of things. Immediately went to college and came and started studying at this MIT. I mean, teaching at MIT. And what he did was he showed his algorithm was that, and maybe this is a problem for you. Okay, so I will just use overhead and show you. So imagine you have a closed polygon. Let me draw it here. This is a polygon, right? I have basically tried to draw a figure of a whatever elephant or whatever it is. Doesn't look like one, but assume the challenge is, how do you cut this polygon with a scissor so that you move the scissor once only in one line? You cannot do it, then turn, then again turn and all of that. No turning of the scissor. Fold the paper such that you, okay, fold the paper such that you move the scissor once in one line, one single cut, and the whole polygon comes out. He devised an algorithm for that, and I thought we extended his algorithm and we said this is what we want to show. So we said let us do single cut limit. So this is limit, and I have just one scissor and I'm going to cut in one direction one way. Okay, and the whole limit will come out of paper, and it is very symbolic. This is how I think the math education should also come out of just paper and pens in real life, and let's see what happens. Okay, so now I'm taking you to overhead. ये पांचों ये गिर गए यहाँ पर, and let me show you, of course, जो piece वो गिर गए वो बाद में दिखाऊंगा मैं. You can see what this is, right? This is T, and let me show you in the overhead. So these are those 5 pieces, and maybe you should take a picture. This was the green thing, so this is T. Okay. This looks like M, Let's see. Yeah, it is. And this is the algorithm we have developed. We said we will do every single letter, how you can fold in single cut. Every letter we can cut with single cut. I mean, we folded the letters like that. And so the limit has come out of paper. With that, thank you very much. I had lots of things that I thought I will share, but I think we ran out of time. I don't know how much, I don't know how you liked it, whether you liked it or not. There are a lot of things. I had a cucumber with me and we wanted to do some cucumber sine wave in a cucumber and all of that, but you know, next time, some other time. Thank you very much for having me. It was real, although it was a pleasure, but I didn't get to interact. So maybe this is a good time. We have about 7, 8, 10 minutes or whatever. It'll be nice if you have any comments. I'm hoping Sanchyan will, and before that, let me give our contact details. I'm hoping Sanchyan will, give you all these problems. What we try to do is to create things जो दिमाग की बत्ती जला दे. Oh, बत्ती नहीं जली. Sorry, let me बत्ती जला देता हूँ. दिमाग की बत्ती जला दे. So, I don't know if you know this. This is actually truncated icosahedron. This is a structure of a football, also called C60 Bucky-Fuller structure, 12 pentagons, 20 hexagons. We figured out the the dihedral angles of each of these two between pentagon and hexagon and hexagon and hexagon, made these devices, and all of this whole device or this lamp has been made joined using just rubber bands. Only rubber bands, no glue. What you have to do is this, you get this sheet. It has all these pieces which come out like these Lego pieces, and you join them with rubber bands. And we have made 200 toys like that. All Archimedean solids, all Platonic solids, all Catalan solids, I think, and then many lamps, and then many gears, structures, toys that move, robots, things, and all of that is unique. Nowhere else will you find this. And इस तरह की चीजें हम अपनी लैब में बनाते हैं. This is the lamp. Hopefully you don't have to buy these lamps from China anymore, and you can get, so do watch 30-30 STEM, which is the program that we did last year, and hopefully we'll do it this year too, season 3, but don't know when. And let me just give you my details right here. So this is the email, CLI. We were calling it Center Creative Learning Initiative. The name has changed now, so CLI. Or you can send me an email at manish.jain@gmail or at iitgm.ac.in. Either one. This is the YouTube channel. Please do subscribe, watch, and click the like button or the bell button, like they say. Facebook. We don't, hopefully we'll do some more updates there, and this is the website. Do visit the website, CCL, Center for Creative Learning, IIT Gandhinagar. And the email is cli@iitgn or manish.jain@gmail.com. I'm sure आप लोग Google में थोड़ा बहुत search करेंगे तो email तो मिल ही जाएगा. But thank you so much for coming and watching, and you can see 30-30 STEM behind me. Do watch 30-30 STEM. It has very interesting stuff. Some of the stuff that I showed you, of course, but some not, but mostly very interesting mathematics and science. So thank you so much, Sanchyan. Good luck to the participants.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a wonderful talk. I personally really like cards, Up It Up, and Einstein's law. And at least our ISI Bangalore students should definitely try the single cut limit before anything else.
Yeah, at least you can get a job at MIT then.
So you should give us a job at your lab. Please.
Would love to. Just आप email भेजिए. We would anyways love to
मैं
interact
mail
with you
दूंगी
guys.
sir.
Just send us an email. Would love to have people come and work and help. And there's so many interesting problems that we have, and unfortunately or fortunately, we don't have answers. And we would like you guys to get involved and work on those things and create more stuff. And mathematics को थोड़ा और interesting और मजेदार बना सकते हैं. Not just that image of a very boring thing that you only do with paper. And that's what we want to sort of do in our lab. So thank you so much for calling me and everybody who was watching. Yeah, if people have any comments, would love to hear from not just the organizers, but other students who came.
Yes, students can leave their questions in the chat box or unmute themselves and talk.
Just unmute and ask, or if you have comments, just speak up. You have a shant crowd. You have a very shant crowd.
But I really enjoyed the sessions and I like the problems a lot. Thank you.
The meeting chat is muted. The meeting chat is muted. Settings. आप लोगों ने chat में किसी को option नहीं दिया है लिखने का.
म्यूटेड मतलब नोटिफिकेशन नहीं आएगा लिख पाएंगे.
Okay. Sorry.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, बोलिए.
Sir, just wanted to ask one thing that the problem you showed that the A4 sheet has dimension 297 by 210. सर उसको मैंने डिवाइड करके देखा तो वो 1.4142 करके कुछ आ रहा था. तो क्या वो कुछ √2 के कंटिन्यूड फ्रैक्शन से कुछ रिलेटेड है क्या उसका मतलब लॉजिक?
And of course that is, I mean, what I'm trying to say is just focus on that part that उसकी एक पेपर की एक डायगोनल और दूसरी डायगोनल 90 डिग्री पे कट करती हैं. जस्ट इस इंफॉर्मेशन से हम उसका रेशियो निकाल सकते हैं.
अच्छा.
So the ratio should be √2, right?
Yeah.
Ratio is √2, of course. But why call it A4 then was the question. 4 क्यों बोल रहे हैं उसको? √2 है तो.
Is it like the 7th or 8th convergent of √2 or something like
and
the fourth?
What is interesting for me, see, this paper everybody uses. In fact, every human being on earth uses 10,000 sheets of A4 paper every year. 10,000 A4 पेपर हम लोग यूज करते हैं और हम बेचारे A4 को कुछ पता भी नहीं है कि हम उसको बेचारे A4 को A4 क्यों बोलते हैं यार. It must feel very bad that we don't even know why we call it A4. Anyways, think about it. It is interesting. सोचिएगा.
Sir, computer shows other sizes like A3 or A2, but why they are?
But why they are, matlab? I did not understand the question.
Because is there any specialty of A3 or A2, or is it only A4 that we use?
मतलब हम तो A3 बड़ा हो जाता है. That's all. A3 is a bigger paper. And A4. So now, of course, the answer is basically ये A4 है ना, इसको डबल कर दें तो A3 बन जाता है. A3 को डबल कर दे तो A2 बन जाता है. A2 को डबल कर दे तो A1 और A1 को डबल कर दे तो A0 बन जाता है. So मतलब A0 पेपर को 4 बार जो फोल्ड करने पे जो पेपर आता है उसको A4 बोलते हैं. अब ये सवाल है कि A0 पेपर क्या होता है खास, तो वो आप देखिएगा what is so special about A0. And as a result, A0 को अगर डायमेंशन फिक्स कर देंगे तो A4 की अपने आप हो जाएंगी क्योंकि आपने 4 बार मोड़ा है उसको, आधा आधा करा है. और अगर आप
A0 has a square of 1 meter square area.
Exactly. So A0 has been defined to have the area as exactly 1 square meter. So which means इसका area कितना है? Even though it is 297, 210, blah blah blah, its area is exactly 1/16 of a square meter. So इसको A4 क्यों बोलते हैं? इसका area is 2 to the power of 4, to the power of -4 rather square meter. इसलिए इसको A4 बोलते हैं. A5 का एरिया क्या है? 2 to the power of -5 AC and so on so forth. तो एटलीस्ट आज आप लोगों को एक बात पता चल गई. It's nothing else. If you were sleeping the other time और wondering कि गलत जगह क्यों फंस गए, 1 घंटा खराब कर दिया हमारा.
Sir, there is another question. Someone asked that does the cycloid thing work for general curves as well?
तो of course मतलब what do you mean general curves? किसी भी curve के लिए नहीं. This is of course, and my question is why? Why in a cycloid the pi decides to not come into the picture? Or in a cardoid or in a nephroid or whatever. Basically circle on a straight line and circle around a circle. Pi गायब हो गया. So very interesting. I mean, I thought it was very interesting when I. ठीक है. If there are no questions, we'll just end it. And thank you very much. And please send us an email, cli@iitgn.ac.in or manish.jain@gmail.com. Love to hear from you. And my colleague Jay is also, I think, part, and Jay and I were working together for this talk. I'm suddenly feeling a little bit under the weather, and Gaurav is also part of the call. So thank you so much for the help, and it was a pleasure. जो भी बोल रहे थे कि आप हमारे would love to have you guys come and spend some time at the lab and help us solve some of the things that we're trying to. So thank you so much for joining. ठीक है.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Bye, sir. Thank you.